Good morning. In the last class, we saw about how to add the fragment statistically. That means we can add a fragment in the XML layout. So it is called as the static way. In this class, let us see about how can I add a fragment at runtime or dynamically. Or I can replace the existing fragment by some other fragment. Let us see the demo you can better understand for this concept. So I am creating the new project, add fragment, otherwise I am giving the name as dynamic fragment. Next. Okay, now let us see the first thing what the main activity.xml contains. Suppose assume that it is having some text message like demo for add a fragment dynamically, followed by it have one fragment area. So to create the fragment area, we can choose it as another sub layout. So I am taking the one more sub layout. Let us take it is the one more relative layout. Now within this, what is the Android ID for this layout? For example, this ID is fragment container. Fragment container. Now, what is the width and height of this Android layout? Width is equal to, for example, match parent. What is the height? Height is equal to, for example, 300 dp. Okay. Now, what is the orientation? Gravity. Layout. And gravity is equal to center. Okay, we can close here, no need of this part, it will be automatically deleted. Now let us make the one button also, button, or otherwise I can create the button graphically instead of typing the message. Now I created one button also here. Okay, we can change this relative layout by linear layout. Linear layout. Then what is the orientation? And orientation is equal to horizontal. Okay. No, sorry, not horizontal, vertical. Now let us see, this is the text view, then followed by this is the container, then followed by this is the button. So initially this is the fragment area, one relative layout without having any text. Okay, now what I am going to do is I want to add a fragment during the runtime, as well as whenever I am click on the button, I want to replace this fragment by some other fragment. Okay, so this is a good example you can understand. And also I am adding this top margin for this and write colon margin top, for example, some 40 dp. Okay, so this gap will become, and instead of here the 200 dp you can take for example 200 dp instead of 300. Okay, now it looks like nice. Okay, now let us see what is the initial fragment I want to place, as well as if I click on the button, what is the second fragment I want to replace by first fragment. Okay, so for that I need to create the two fragments layout files as well as their corresponding Java files. Let us start it. Now first I am creating the one fragment file and a layout XML file. First fragment linear layout finish. Now coming to the first fragment, just I am creating one text view. So what it is going to contain, and I'll colon text equal to this is initial fragment. This is initial fragment. We need to set the content. Okay, so this is initial fragment. We got it over. Now let us create the one more fragment. There. So here I am not adding the init styles. It is up to you. Second fragment, next finish. So in the second fragment also I'm going to take the text view. So the text view, once again, it is going to contain this is second fragment. Okay, that's it. This is second fragment, that is. Now save all the files. Now write the corresponding Java files for this. So create the new class file, first fragment.java file, finish. So I already told that extends fragment, extends fragment. Create the new corresponding fragment classes. First fragment, finish. Now here extends fragment. Okay, so here we need to import the support file in my version. If it is supporting in your versions, you can take it, no problem. Now we need to write the method on create view, so you can just select it, it will write automatically. So we already informed that this code to be replaced by the code which is I have. Okay. Now what is this layout file name? The layout file name is, the first one is first fragment. Okay. See. Similarly, write the one more file. You can copy this entire code, write the one more file, second fragment Java file, finish. You can replace this whole file. Now first fragment by second fragment. I give an underscore, so give the same thing, no need to worry. Now here first fragment by is the second fragment. Okay, remember here I given the class name as underscore, that's why I am giving here. Okay, So now we created one main.xml file. In the main.xml we assumed that this is the caption for my project, then followed by one container for the fragment, then one button. So initially it is going to have the first fragment, then once I click on the button I want to replace the first fragment by second fragment. So for that I created two fragments layouts, their corresponding Java files. Now we need to modify the main activity.java. So the code for this is, first I need to add the first fragment to the container. Initially, okay, let us complete the main activity. So in the main activity, first we want it is fragment activity, then followed by, first we want fragment manager, I am taking the Android support version from is equal to, I am taking the get support fragment manager. First you create the one object for first fragment. So the first fragment class name is first fragment. First fragment ff is equal to new first fragment. Okay. Now fragment transaction is equal to ft is equal to fm dot begin transaction. Now ft dot add. So first time we are adding the fragment. So ft dot add of first, what is the layout file, r.id dot, the layout is container, the container is the fragment container. So this fragment container is the name of in the main activity, this is the container name. Okay, so don't forget that. Then followed by, what is this, fragment, the fragment is f. Then ft dot connect. That's it. Okay, so this is the work we need to do for now. Let us create public void one function we need to execute. So what is the code of what is the task we want to execute once you click on the button? So the same thing, but I want to replace the already available fragment by some other. Now the class name is second fragment, so replace this also. This is as visible, begin transaction. Now container by, you can rename some secondary second fragment. So now you have observed that instead of add method, now I am writing the replace. Okay, so the add will be used for adding the fragment first time, the replace will be used for adding the fragment. Replace the fragment by the new one, then you can use the replace method. Okay, let us save all, let us try to execute it. Okay, now you can observe here you got the output, a demo for add a fragment dynamically. This is the caption. So this is the initial fragment added at runtime. Now once I click on the button, it is replaced by the second fragment. Okay, so this is the way of how to add a fragment dynamically. The only idea is, first at the time of in the XML file you can make it as an empty fragment file. Now using that empty fragment file, you can place the fragments dynamically. Thank you.